My naam is Deneen Hammerslag. Ek is 32 jaar oud. Ek het 5 kinders.
My name is Deneen Hammerslag. I'm 32 years old and have 5 children.
Ek het vreeslik baie.
Alcohol used to be my life. I drank a lot. My mother was also a drinker. That's how we became friends and began drinking together, and I started smoking as well. When we drank together, we would argue. This created a lot of tension between us. I decided we couldn't carry on like this. We can't both behave like youngsters. I decided that I should stop drinking and try to get Deneen back onto the right track. In 2004, my children's father was admitted into hospital. I went to visit him and asked him why he was in hospital. He told me he was HIV positive. He suggested that I should be tested for the virus. I went to New Start for a test. The result was positive. I felt terrible. I wanted to keep it to myself. I was so sad, I couldn't even think. Even now, I have no idea how I contracted the virus. I'm not sure if my children's father is to blame. He was my first boyfriend and he used to drink a lot. As he drank a lot, I used to follow him around and drink with him. Sometimes I would meet a man I didn't know. I would be drunk, I would sleep with a man, wake up next to him and wouldn't remember him. It would only be for the night and then he would be gone. That is the sort of life I led. I worked in Windhoek. On weekends I would come home. When I got home, I felt down, so I would go out and end up drinking. When drunk, I would forget everything. Then I met someone else. I would drink with him whenever we met up. Often, home was too far away, so I'd stay the night at his house. He did not know about my status. We became involved. In 2006, I fell pregnant with my daughter. I did not go to the antenatal clinic because I was scared due to my HIV status. I had heard about and understood that there are tablets you can take, but I didn't care. I went back to work. At work, I started feeling sick. Only when I got dizzy and nauseous did I visit the clinic in Kommersdal. The end result is that I stopped drinking and now life is looking up. And Deneen now listens to me. I came to my mother and explained to her about my illness and asked her if she would stand by me. She asked me what a treatment supporter was. I told her that a treatment supporter reminds me to take my medicine. I realized that as Deneen will probably never get married, that I will look after her and her children. I always remind her to take her tablets. After I became ill, I decided that alcohol is not for me because when I was still drinking, I would get up the next morning and not feel too good. My head felt heavy and I didn't feel very well. I thought that it was time to drink less. Then I realized that it would be better to stop drinking completely.
Ek wil so 'n bietjie vir jou inligting gee oor HIV en dan nou ook die effekte wat alkohol op jou liggaam het en wat
I want to give you some information about HIV and what effect alcohol can have on my body and HIV. HIV affects my body's immune system. In my body, I have white blood cells which keep my body strong and healthy. When the immune system weakens, any illness can get into my body and attack it, and my weakened immune system will not be able to fight it off. And as a result, I could get very sick. So when I drink and take alcohol into my system, my body reacts in the same way. Alcohol affects my brain, my heart, my stomach, lungs, liver, pancreas and kidneys. You can see on this chart all the affected organs when I drink alcohol. What made me stop completely was the counseling I got about what alcohol does to your body. My body felt good when I stopped drinking. I gained weight. When I started on medication, I felt stronger. During weekends, there are times when I walk past the shebeens. Sometimes I go inside and look at the people. I don't feel good for them, but I feel good about myself though. I don't hang out there anymore. Sometimes when I go to the shebeen, I see some of my fellow patients there. They know, just like them, I too am on ARVs, and then we talk to each other. I tell them it's not the right thing to do when you are on medication.
Daar is wat vir my luister wat ek weer 'n volgende keer as
There are some that listen to me but others don't. I'm not sure if they know what alcohol does to them.
Maar ek weet nie of hulle weet wat alkohol aan hulle kan doen nie.
Alkohol affekteer direk ons.
Alcohol affects our short-term memory. If I go out tonight and I have to take my ARV tablets at 7 o'clock, but at that time I'm still at the shebeen, then it means I can't take my medication. If I drink until late into the night, then I might oversleep the next morning, which means the next morning at 7, I will again not take my ARV medication. This means that I'll already have missed 2 doses. When you start with ARV treatment, you should never ever miss a dose. If I miss doses, the virus in my body will become resistant to the medicine. It is very important that ARVs and alcohol are not taken together at the same time, as ARVs make the body stronger and alcohol breaks the body down.
Nou op hierdie oomblik werk ek as 'n
Now I work at St. Mary's Hospital in the PMTCT Heart Office.
Heart Office.
I work with babies. I feel good at the moment. I feel better now that I'm more open. Now everybody knows my status. I don't care what people think or say.
Ek voel bly vir my kind se pa.
I feel good for my daughter. The things she was doing before were just destroying her life.
Weg te gooi.
Ek het nou uit my foute uitgeleer. Daarom wil ek
I've learned from my mistakes. I just hope people don't make the same mistakes. Even those who think they are HIV negative must get tested to know their status. Those that test positive can go to the heart office. They'll get help there.